ביאור משנה י' משנתנו היא המשך המשנה הקודמת. This Mishnah is a continuation of the previous Mishnah. והיא מוסיפה ללמד בשתי חצרות זו לפני מזו. He continues to teach with the two courtyards, one in front of the other. שכח אחד מן החיצונה ולא עירב. One of the other ones forgot and he didn't make an Eruv. כלומר, שעירבה החצר הפנימית לעצמה, that the inner one made an Eruv, והחצר החיצונה לעצמה, and the other one made an Eruv, ושכח אחד מן החיצונה ולא נתן חלקו לעירוב. And one of the other ones did not give his part. So it says, הפנימית מותרת, the inner one is allowed, והחיצונה אסורה. And the outer one is prohibited. And the inner one can walk through the other ones.
Right.
Yeah? So it's funny. The inner one made an Eruv, and now they're allowed to walk through the outer ones, even though the outer ones doesn't have an Eruv. None of them can carry.
Because they have the rights of walking. Yeah. That's why.
It's like, it makes it like half an island for them. Yeah. הפנימית מותרת בחיצונה אסורה, שהחיצונות כאילו לא עירבה כלל, because the one next to the street, it's like they make an Eruv.
למה כאילו? הוא לא עשה Eruv.
Yeah, but they did between themselves. Only one of them forgot.
Oh.
They did make an Eruv. He just forgot.
He just forgot.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do Eruv.
Yeah. He can nullify, like we said.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he didn't nullify, that's what we're talking about. מן הפנימית, what happens if the inner ones, one of them forget, שכח אחד מן החצר הפנימית ולא עירב עם לחצרו, he did not make an Eruv with his courtyard, שתיהם אסורות. Now both of them are prohibited. שהפנימית כאילו לא עירבה כלל, because obviously the inner ones, it's like they didn't make an Eruv, וכיוון שהיא רגל האסורה, and now because they're not allowed to walk, they're prohibiting on the one next to the thing, like we said before. וכיוון שהיא רגל האסורה במקומה, הרי היא אוסרת שלא במקומה. And since no one over here is allowed to walk, it's like they're joining. We're going to say they're almost like the owners, even though they're half owners. But we said they can prohibit on the one next to the road, completely from also carrying. כדעת התנא-קמא משנה קודמת. This is like the opinion of תנא-קמא in the previous Mishnah. Like we say, the Rambam disagrees and everybody else disagrees, but we're going to learn according to תנא-קמא. כלומר, שהדריסת הרגל שיש לה פנימית בחצר החיצונה, because the fact that they're allowed to walk in the outer courtyards, הרי היא אוסרת גם על החיצונה. We say according to the תנא-קמא that it's like a half membership. They have a type of membership and therefore they can prohibit. נתנו עירובן במקום אחד. They gave the Eruv in one place, שעירבו שניהם זו עם זו ונעשו כחצר אחת. In other words, these two courtyards made an Eruv between themselves. ובגמרא מבואר, נתנו עירובן במקום אחד, היינו בחצר החיצונה. In other words, they put it in the courtyard which is next to the street, ונקראת מקום אחד, and it's called place one, לפי ששתי החצרות משמשות בה כאחד. So there's a debate if they can put it in any of them, the outer or the inner, and some says no, they have to put it specifically in the inner one. ושכח אחד בין מן הפנימית, בין המחיצונית ולא עירב, and one of them forgot. In other words, now everybody is one courtyard. You made the two chatzot and one forgot, now everybody is a...
Everybody, unless he's going to nullify them.
Unless he's going to nullify it, everybody is just not allowed. ולא עירב, שניהם אסורות. It said, and then because they consider themselves now one courtyard.
One courtyard.
אפילו שכח אחד מן החיצונה. Even if just one from the other courtyard forgot, אסורה גם הפנימית לטלטל בחצרה. Also the inner courtyard now is prohibited. שהואיל והעירוב מונח בחיצונה, because the עירוב is in the outer, and הפנימית יכולה להסתלק ממנה. The פנימית, the inner one is still part of it. כדי לטלטל בחצרה בפני עצמה, in order to only use their courtyard. It says, what do you mean? You don't have your own courtyard. Everybody's shares.
One.
אם נתנו עירובן בפנימית, if they gave the עירוב in the far away one, ושכח אחד מהם ולא עירב, and one of them forgot and did not make an עירוב, אין שתיהם אסורות. Now, not both of them are prohibited. אלא אם כן שכח אחד מן הפנימית. Only if one of the inner ones forgot, then they're both prohibited. שהרי הפנימית אוסרת על החיצונה בדריסת רגלה, because the inner one can prohibit on the outer one. through walking. But the outer one doesn't have the right to walk in the inner one, so they don't really share. אבל אם שכח אחד מן החיצונה, החיצונה אסורה. But if one from the outer one forgot, then the outer one is prohibited, אבל הפנימית מותרת. But they have within themselves the right. In other words, the one close to the street don't have the right, any rights in that one. But this one has some rights in this one. It's very interesting.
The back have the easement to the front, so
Yeah.
it have some kind of rights.
That's right, some kind of rights. But the inner ones have no rights in
No
the back,
rights.
zero. They're not allowed to walk there. In other words, if they walk, if they're in Texas, they can shoot them.
Okay.
Don't ask questions. But these guys don't allowed to shoot them without asking questions.
Unless you have a street here and a street here and houses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a street here and a street here. And two sides.
Two sides.
This is front
and then
this
they
is
will be
front,
allowed to
and
walk
then
this
you
way
got-
and this way. Yeah. But it's not.
That's
It's only
much more complicated.
Yeah,
but
but it's only one street on one
right.
side over here.
The back is the deadlock.
Deadlock, yeah. לפי שהיא יכולה לסגור את פתחה בפני החיצונה, להשתמש בחצרה בפני עצמה. It's because they have the right to close off. We have the right to do whatever we want in our yard. You have no rights here.
Go to the back.
That you have no rights over here, only we do. הואיל והעירוב מותח אצלה, it says, since we have the עירוב, אמנם אם השוכח ביטל רשותו, but like we said before, if he nullified his possession, לבני חצרו, to the people in his courtyard, שתיהן מותרות מכל מקום. Then they both permitted in any conditions. אלא שמשנתנו אינה עוסק בחגון זה. But we don't deal with the case that he nullified. ואם היו של יחידים, שבכל חצר לא דר אלא דייר אחד בלבד. That in every courtyard we only, in other words, it's not חצר, it's neighbors. It's two houses, instead of חצר over here and חצר over here, one individual lives over here and another individual lives behind him. And he has an easement through.
It's the same thing, no?
No, it's not going to be the same.
different.
אינם צריכים לערב. They don't need to make an עירוב. זה עם זה. This one with this. שהרי כל אחד מטלטל בחצרו, because each one is allowed to carry in his own courtyard.
You're saying that there is one house here and one house here,
And then the street.
And the street is here.
No, they're not open to each other. They're not both open to the street. One has to go through the other's property to the street.
Also, it's one here and one in the back.
That's right.
Only two houses, but there is only one tenant.
That's right, in each.
That's the difference.
That's right. What happens, let's see.
Tenant makes.
זה עם זה, שהרי כל אחד מטלטל בחצרו. Because everyone, you see, in the other ones, if one forgot, then you're not allowed to carry in the courtyard. Over here, you can't have a situation where one forgets. Because you're allowed to, without making an Eruv in your own courtyard, you're allowed to always carry in your own courtyard.
But what's the difference if you have one guy live there or 5 people?
Because if you have 5 people, if one forgets to make an Eruv, then none of them can walk.
Each one have to do Eruv?
Yeah.
From the house?
Otherwise,
It's one guy, no?
No.
Household.
If you have 5 people living on one property,
Yeah.
right, and one of them forgets to make an Eruv, now nobody can walk on that property.
So each tenant of the household have to do Eruv?
Of course.
Or it's one per
Otherwise,
household?
otherwise you can't use the courtyard.
I thought it was one per household, but only the...
Yeah. One per household. Let's say the 5 families living here. You need 5 breads to be somewhere. And one forgets the bread. Now nobody is allowed to walk in the courtyard.
5 loaves of bread.
Actually 4, because the one who you put it... Okay, 5 loaves of bread. Let's go it easier, to make it easier.
I was thinking it's from each household one loaf of bread.
From each household one.
So what difference if I have 5 people live there, or 10 people live there,
Or
or
one?
20, or 1?
Because 5 people living there, they need an Eruv in order to walk. One person doesn't need an Eruv ever.
In order to walk?
In his courtyard. Do I need to make an Eruv to walk in my backyard?
No.
But let's say there's somebody, man that builds a house in my backyard. Now I'm not allowed to walk and he's not allowed to walk unless he make an Eruv.
I see that. So, well, there, I still don't understand it. If you have one house and one house, one in the front, one in the back.
It's not both of yours though, two neighbors. I live in the front, you live in the back.
Right, two neighbors. I have the right to go to your property.
That's
and
right.
walk like before. Now, I don't understand why don't I need Eruv if I'm one guy?
Oh, so you're going to explain. אינם צריכים זה עם זה. Why? שהרי כל אחד מטלטל בחצרו. Each one is allowed to carry in his own courtyard without an Eruv, right? I'm allowed to carry in my own.
If I have 5 people live there, you won't be able to.
If they don't make an Eruv, you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
Over here, I don't need to make an Eruv.
Because it's one guy, you don't have to do Eruv.
Wait. שכולה רשות שלו היא. The entire, my courtyard is only mine. ומכאן שהדייר בחצר הפנימית, and over here, the guy who lives far away from the street, אינו אוסר על הדייר בחצר החיצונית. He does not prohibit on the other person next to the street. Why? Because he's always allowed to walk there. He's always allowed to walk in his courtyard. There's no case where he's not allowed to walk in the courtyard. In the other case, there's a case where he's not allowed to walk. That's what it is. שרגל המותרת במקומה אינה אוסרת שלא במקומה. Like we said, we will never not be allowed to walk. כדעת הנקה משנה קודמת, שהלכה כמותו, כמו שהזכרנו כבר בסוף משנה.
אז הלכה כמו תנא קמא.
Yeah, the halacha is like Tana Kama.
As he can. And even if 5 people live in the back, and 5 people in the front, and the front guy forgot to do the Eruv.
One of them?
One, yeah. Even all of them. The back people can walk straight still, because
I'm not sure.
Because the halacha like Tana Kama.
Yeah, but you brought a good question. You brought a good question, though. You said even if all of them. I don't know if all of them. I know if one of them forgot, he can.
Even if all of them.
You think if all of them forgot?
They have the right to walk there. That's the thing here. You got something that they have the right to walk through.
So if I'm allowed to walk in my yard, I'm allowed to walk in your yard.
That's what Tana Kama said.
Yeah, that's
what I understand.
Yeah.
In other words, they can walk.
Yeah, you can't disallow my walking.
Exactly.
As long as I'm allowed to walk in my house, I'm allowed to. In other words, once all of these guys are allowed to walk, they have an island to walk to.
They do. They have the easement. This is part of.
Yeah. But if one of them forgot, then no one is allowed.
Yeah.
These ones are allowed, and these ones are allowed.
Yeah. Okay.